Do you remember the 80s legends who rocked the world with their electric guitars and rebellious attitude? What happened to them after the 80s? In this video, we will show you the amazing transformation of the top 80s rock gods. Don't miss this nostalgic journey through the music of the past. 20. Steven Tyler. Aerosmith, arguably one of the most well-known bands of all time, has an almost limitless discography of rock songs. Unfortunately, most younger people only remember them as that band from Armageddon or its front guy as the dad of actress Liv Tyler. As far as his star power is concerned, Steven Tyler is still going strong. He shocked fans in 2011 when he was cast as the replacement for Paula Abdul on the American Idol judging panel. Furthermore, neither his bandmates nor Aerosmith fans seem to approve of his choice. Steven was hardly concerned by it. Steven has continued to perform with Aerosmith over the years, and in 2016 he released his debut solo album, We're All Somebody from Somewhere. The band's Deuces Are Wild performance engagement in Las Vegas started in 2019. The rock star has 4 kids from 2 marriages. Aerosmith's 2023 tour has been pushed back to the next year because of Steven Tyler's serious vocal damage. Tyler's ailment was initially identified as bleeding vocal cords, but it has since been determined to be more serious than previously believed. The band revealed that Tyler broke his larynx and needed continuous medical care in a social media message. Despite the excellent care he is receiving, patience is necessary due to the form of the fracture. 6 tour dates were rescheduled for 2024, beginning in January and ending in late February due to Tyler's vocal ailment. Originally, Detroit, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Toronto, Raleigh, and Cleveland were to host these performances. The band's original goal of making a comeback by October 11 has been shattered. 19. Alice Cooper. Guys like Marilyn Manson were able to shock and rock with a lady's name because of Alice Cooper. Though Alice and his own band have a vast track record, School's Out is one of the greatest rock anthems ever. Alice Cooper continues to be amazing. He managed to surprise even the most hardened rock fans in 2001 when he revealed himself as a born-again Christian. How about a surprise? He overcame his drinking addiction by turning it into a golf obsession. He appeared in Tim Burton's 2012 feature film rendition of Dark Shadows, which also starred Helena Bonham Carter, Johnny Depp, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Additionally, Alice and Johnny play together in the band Hollywood Vampires. Alice Cooper, 75, is not interested in breaking hard or even slightly reducing the accelerator. He continues to play about 180 performances a year, despite being recognized as one of the pioneers of shock rock, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and emerging as one of the genre's surviving elder statesmen. This involves performing on the road with both his own band and the Hollywood Vampires, a supergroup that also includes Joe Perry from Aerosmith and Johnny Depp. And although many of his peers in classic rock have given up on recording new material in favor of nostalgia tours, Cooper continues to put out albums of original songs that showcase his skill as a master of strong hard rock and dark comedy. The most recent, appropriately named Road 2023, was mainly recorded live without the use of overdubs to highlight the skills of his veteran touring band. 18. Slash. Yes, he is still Slash. The guitarist for Guns N' Roses wed Perla Farrar in 2001. 2011 saw them rekindle their vows, but in 2014 they were divorced. In 2016, Slash returned with Guns N' Roses to headline the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival. The father of 2 taught a whole new generation to appreciate his coolness by licensing his likeness to the video game Guitar Hero 3. Slash also went on the Guns N' Roses Not In This Lifetime tour alongside original band members Axl Rose and Duff McKagan, which ran from 2016 to 2019. Although Slash is currently on tour, he has stated that he believes Guns N' Roses would be cancelled if they continued to act in a way that would be appropriate during their prime in the 1980s in 2023. The legendary guitarist talked to Yahoo Entertainment about his decision to omit some of his more graphic recollections from the collection Slash because he thought it would spark controversy because some of their behavior would not fare well in today's world. In his self-titled biography from 2007, Slash has previously talked about some of the more scandalous times in the band's history. 17. Mick Jagger. Of course, he didn't achieve it alone, but Jagger is one of the most important frontmen in the annals of rock and roll. With a history spanning nearly 6 decades, the Rolling Stones are regarded as one of the most enduring bands of all time. Satisfaction, Painted Black, and Sympathy for the Devil are among their best-known singles. However, Jagger launched a solo career in the 1960s as well. He proceeded to release 4 solo albums: Goddess in the Doorway, Primitive Cool, She's the Boss, and Wandering Spirit. He also made multiple film appearances. Nevertheless, he kept on touring and recording with his Rolling Stones colleagues during this time. Mick Jagger, the frontman of the Rolling Stones for a long time, just keeps rolling. In 2022, the band celebrated their 60 years together with a summer tour called 60. Mick Jagger performed throughout Europe with bandmates Keith Richards and Ronnie Wood. Drummer Charlie Watts passed away in 2021. By going out and sharing his adventures with his 2.5 million Instagram followers, Jagger manages to look young. 16. Bono. The iconic group came together in 1976 and rose to prominence throughout the world with their highly regarded 1987 album, Joshua Tree. In addition to their advocacy, Bono and the band are well known for their politically charged lyrics. Particularly, Bono established himself as one of the modern era's most charitable celebrities. To lessen poverty and sickness in Africa, he co-founded groups like Product Red and the One campaign. The lead vocalist of U2, an Irish philanthropist, maintains a busy schedule between acting, producing movies, and founding numerous philanthropic organizations and foundations. He nevertheless continues to spend time with his bandmates, family, politicians, and A-list celebrity acquaintances. In 2023, the band will play a few select shows in Las Vegas. 15. Gene Simmons. It was 2010 when the Kiss singer, who had previously courted Cher and Diana Ross, tied the knot with long-term lover Shannon Tweed in 2011. From 2006 to 2012, viewers got to know the man behind the makeup on his reality TV show, Gene Simmons' Family Jewels. The couple has 2 children together and has been together for almost 30 years. He and his bandmates began their farewell tour in 2019. It was dubbed the End of the Road Global Tour. However, the coronavirus epidemic forced a temporary halt to the tour. Gene Simmons is eager to return to his regularly scheduled programming of rocking and rolling all night and partying all day following a brief health concern during a recent Kiss concert. Following his illness on Wednesday during the band's performance in Manaus, Brazil, which forced them to temporarily halt the act and have Simmons finish their song Say Yeah while seated, the bassist provided anxious fans with an update on Thursday. Simmons wrote, "Hey everyone, thanks for the well wishes. I'm fine. Yesterday at Manaus Stadium in Brazil, I experienced weakness because of dehydration. We stopped for about 5 minutes, I drank some water, and then all was well. Nothing serious. Tomorrow, Bogota Stadium. See you there." 14. Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee is well known for more than just his music and the 1995 release of an intimate film he had shot with his now ex-wife Pamela Anderson, who is also the mother of his 2 sons. Remember Tommy Lee Goes to College? The Motley Crue drummer is also well known for his appearances on reality TV and other television shows. The musician, who was previously married to actress Heather Locklear from 1986 to 1993, before Pam, remarried in 2019 to former social media star Brittany Furlan. The musician, who is 60 years old, continues to play the drums for the heavy metal group Motley Crue. In 2020, Tommy's third album, Andro, was published as part of his solo career. Following what was deemed to be their last performance in December 2015, the group came back together in 2018 and is now touring. 4 of their new songs were made available in March 2019 as part of the soundtrack for the Netflix documentary The Dirt, which chronicles the band's illustrious career. In the summer of 2022, the band embarked on its first significant tour in 7 years after the soundtrack surged to number 3 on the Billboard Top Album rankings. They have recently expanded their co-headlining North American tour with English rock outfit Def Leppard into a global tour scheduled for 2023. After touring Mexico, Peru, Brazil, and Argentina, the duo will go to the UK and do performances across Europe. 13. Vince Neil. Vince Neil followed many of his contemporaries and transitioned to reality TV after becoming a huge rock star. 2010 saw the separation of the father of 3 from his 4th wife. In 1995, he lost his daughter Skylar to cancer. Vince was arrested that year on suspicion of DUI. Early January 2011, he spent 10 days behind bars. When the coronavirus pandemic permits, Motley Crue is scheduled to co-headline the Stadium Tour with Def Leppard in 2021, bringing guests Poison and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. In 2014 and 2015, the band embarked on their final tour. Neil faced tragedy in April 1995 when he learned that his 4-year-old daughter Skylar had a kidney cancer called a Wilms tumor. She was treated with radiation, chemotherapy, and several surgeries before passing away on August 15, 1995. Neil said in an essay for People, "I've nearly destroyed myself asking if she was being punished for something I'd done." After a 2007 driving arrest, he reportedly checked himself into an inpatient treatment program, according to TMZ. He later battled substance misuse, and in 2011, Reuters claimed that he was given a 15-day jail sentence for drunk driving. "In my documentary from 2022, I was just drinking myself to death. Pills. I think I was trying to kill myself," stated Neil. He set aside his disagreements with his fellow musicians and rejoined them in 1996. They went on to release 3 more albums before splitting up peacefully in 2014. Neil went on to tour alone and made appearances on a number of reality shows, such as The New Celebrity Apprentice 2010, Remaking Vince Neil 2005, The Surreal Life 2003, and Skating with the Stars 2010. He was married 4 times to Heidi Mark, Leah Garadinier, Charisse Rudell, with whom he shared the late Skylar, and to Beth Lynn, with whom he shares a daughter, Elizabeth Ashley Wharton. Neil started dating Rain Hannah, his longtime girlfriend, in 2011. 12. Jon Bon Jovi. Famous for their headbanging 80s songs, You Give Love a Bad Name and Livin' on a Prayer, the hair metal band is best known for their highly lauded record, Slippery When Wet. The native of New Jersey also started a solo career in the 1990s. The title tune from his debut solo album, Blaze of Glory, from the motion picture Young Guns 2, won him an Oscar and a nomination for a Grammy in 1991. Along with his acting career, he made appearances in films such as Homegrown and New Year's Eve. In addition to performing with his band Bon Jovi, Jon Bon Jovi has also tried his hand at acting, having starred in movies such as Vampires Los Muertos, Cry Wolf, National Lampoon's Pucked, and New Year's Eve. Jon remains wed to Dorothea, his high school love, and the two of them have 4 children together. 11. Steve Perry. After Robert Fleischman left the group, Steve Perry joined, taking over as frontman in October 1977. Perry was not just the lead vocalist for the group, but also one of its main songwriters. In 2020, he received a nomination for the Songwriters Hall of Fame. When Perry originally joined the band, fans weren't entirely convinced by him. But after the release of his debut album, Infinity, which featured a very different sound from what Journey had previously produced, Perry was able to win them over. After that, they started to receive more radio play. The records Evolution, Departure, Dream After Dream, Captured, Escape, Frontiers, Raised on Radio, and Trial by Fire all feature his lead vocals. Perry sought to rejoin Journey after going solo for the first time in 1984 with Street Talk, which sold over 2 million copies and included the hits Oh Sherry and Foolish Heart. He was also featured on the 1985 benefit song We Are the World, but he was taking care of his sick mother, so he missed much of the recording, and the band took a sabbatical following their 1987 Raised on Radio tour. After permanently splitting from Journey in the 1990s, Steve Perry went on to enjoy a relatively quiet existence away from the limelight, despite seeing some success as a solo performer. The musician lost psychologist Kelly Nash, his lover, to cancer in 2012. Steve didn't take the stage again until 2014, which was the first time in 20 years. While he made an acceptance speech at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony in 2017 as a member of Journey, he politely rejected to play live with the band, which has been led by singer Arnel Pineda since 2007. Steve's first solo album in 24 years, Traces, was his third studio album, which was released in 2018. He made the record available in acoustic form in December 2020. 10. Bret Michaels. After winning the third season of The Celebrity Apprentice in 2010, Bret Michaels discovered his second passion in reality television. He was searching for that particular groupie on VH1's Rock of Love. Not only did he release his fifth studio album, Jammin' with Friends, in 2013, but he also kept up his musical career, releasing the song Georgia Blue in 2017 in memory of his youngest daughter. He co-wrote the song Unbroken, which he released the music video for in 2019. Before their 2012 breakup, Bret spent almost 16 years dating Georgia and Rain's mother, Christy Gibson, the older sister. Over the years, a number of health problems he's had have also made news. Bret had been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes as a youngster. In 2010, he suffered an emergency appendectomy and brain hemorrhage. A few months later, he underwent heart surgery to fix a hole in his heart. He disclosed in 2020 that he was undergoing treatment for skin cancer. The flaxen-haired singer of Poison, solo musician, entrepreneur, selling anything from candles to bandanas, and remarkably upbeat person has seen numerous successes in music while simultaneously overcoming some challenging health issues. Michaels says that his unbroken fighting positive spirit has kept him going as he approaches his 60th birthday on Wednesday. He was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes as a youngster, had a brain hemorrhage in 2010, had surgery to fix a hole in his heart in 2011, and had kidney surgery in 2014. 9. Ozzy Osbourne. Osbourne's drug and alcohol abuse led to his dismissal from Black Sabbath in 1979. Following that, he started a lucrative solo career with Blizzard of Oz in 1980. To date, he has put out 13 studio albums, the first 7 of which have been certified multi-platinum in the US. Since then, he has made multiple appearances with Black Sabbath again. After reuniting in 1997, he contributed to the recording of the group's last studio album, 2013, before they set out on a farewell tour that culminated in a performance in their home city of Birmingham in 2017. The Godfather of Metal moniker has been bestowed upon him informally due to his longevity and achievements. The Osbournes presented Ozzy Osbourne to the public once more as the bumbling, mumbling head of his Hollywood family, and it turned his whole family into celebrities. The father of 6 hasn't always had an easy time, though. In recent years, he has had significant health issues, extramarital affairs that strained his long marriage to Sharon Osbourne, battles with drug and alcohol addiction, and more. Ozzy disclosed his Parkinson's disease diagnosis in 2020. Ozzy had to frequently postpone his final global tour because of injuries he received in a fall and the coronavirus outbreak. 8. Sebastian Bach. As the lead vocalist of the hard rock group Skid Row from 1987 until 1996, Canadian-American singer Sebastian Philip Bach, better known by his stage name Sebastian Bach, reached widespread recognition. In addition to performing on Broadway, he has appeared in movies and television shows like Gilmore Girls, The Masked Singer, and Trailer Park Boys. He carries on with his solo music career. Yes, the reality TV virus even bit Sebastian Bach. In the Supergroup on VH1, he performed with such luminaries as Scott Ian, Jason Bonham, Ted Nugent, and Evan Seinfeld. Though it wasn't all sunshine and roses for the Skid Row musician, he went on to act in television series such as Trailer Park Boys and Gilmore Girls. In 2011, he and his spouse decided to end their 18-year marriage. His home in New Jersey was wrecked by Hurricane Irene later that year. The year 2014 saw the release of his fourth studio album, Give 'Em Hell. 7. Rob Halford. In 1998, Rob Halford, the frontman of Judas Priest, came out as gay, shocking the music industry. Even if he has avoided advocating for LGBTQ+ rights, his coming out was nevertheless a well-known first in the music industry. He is proud to list sobriety among his achievements. A Grammy for Best Metal Performance was given to Judas Priest in 2010 for their live rendition of Dissident Aggressor. Rob Halford, the singer of Judas Priest, was the most recent guest on Full Metal Jackie's weekend radio show. After more than 50 years in the band, Rob Halford is busier than ever and even predicts that 2023 will bring new Priest music to listeners. Recently, the metal god released Biblical, his second book. It revolves around an idea that came to him while he was writing Confess, his first book. It's just one of several things that are making headlines at the moment, including Judas Priest's final leg of their continuing 50 Heavy Metal Years tour and their long overdue entry into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Halford is also quite happy to set aside all the controversy and enjoy the historical significance of the Rock Hall reunion performance, not just for Priest, but for the entire heavy metal genre. 6. Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley is a rock superstar, and while his face paint makes him instantly recognizable, his skill with a guitar is even more impressive. And music isn't his sole creative expression, even though he's still wailing away. Even though Paul Stanley and Kiss are still going strong, they'll wrap up their farewell global tour as soon as the coronavirus epidemic permits. The rock star has also dazzled audiences with his artistic abilities. He is a well-known painter. 2011 saw the birth of the rock star's third child, and Paul's fourth, with his wife Erin. These days, it seems like it never ends, and thanks to innovative technology, Kiss, the renowned rock band, may never see that day. The US band got back together over the weekend to play 2 end-of-the-road shows at New York's renowned Madison Square Garden as a farewell. 50 years ago, a group of 4 young New Yorkers set out to become the largest band in the world. They took their guitars, amps, and drums to a loft on 23rd Street. Kiss's incredible combination of ear-piercing noise and glamorously bizarre graphics made them instantly recognizable, even if it will always be debatable if they were able to achieve their goal. 5. Axl Rose. Axl Rose, best known for being the lead singer of Guns N' Roses, probably never imagined that his band would reunite after their breakup. Rather, Rose, real name William Bruce Rose Jr., got back together with fellow musicians in 2016 to play the main stage at Coachella. In 2020, they went on tour once more, and in 2021, they dropped new music. Sadly, a complaint filed in New York Supreme Court on Wednesday claims that Axl Rose, the leader of Guns N' Roses, was the perpetrator of a horrific sexual assault 30 years ago, according to a former model. Former Penthouse model Sheila Kennedy claims that on the night they met in 1989, when she was about 26 and he was 27, Rose physically attacked her in his New York hotel room. Kennedy allegedly invited Rose to his hotel room for a party when they first met at a nightclub, but he declined to invite her companion because she was not hot enough, according to the lawsuit, which Rolling Stone revealed. Kennedy claims that after apologizing to her friend, she and future MTV personality Ricky Rackman returned to Rose's room. 4. Bruce Springsteen. Early in his career, Springsteen gained notoriety as The Boss and achieved his first breakthrough album with 1975's Born to Run, which has been hailed as an American masterpiece and helped him expand his fan base into the mainstream. Following that, he released a number of other highly regarded albums, including The River in 1980, Born in the USA in 1984, and The Rising in 2002. These songs were not only intricate musical works, but they also demonstrated his unparalleled storytelling skills through his frequently political lyrics. In 2018, the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer and his E Street Band concluded their lengthy Broadway run. The 2019 Creative Emmy Awards saw Springsteen's Netflix special, Springsteen on Broadway, win an Emmy for Outstanding Variety Special. However, since he did not take home the prize, he has not yet achieved the EGOT. 3. Paul McCartney. The legendary British band's primary singers were McCartney and the late John Lennon. With hits like A Hard Day's Night, Help, and Yellow Submarine, they launched the British invasion in the 1960s and made tunes that endure to this day. Following the band's dissolution in 1970, McCartney enjoyed great success as a solo performer, working with a variety of musicians including Michael Jackson, Kanye West, and Rihanna. The 77-year-old is presently on his Freshen Up World Tour, which is extended with additional dates. In 2018, he published the album Egypt Station. In November 2021, McCartney's book, The Lyrics, 1956 to the Present, was published. The book, which has been called a self-portrait in 154 songs, is based on discussions McCartney had with Irish poet Paul Muldoon. Barnes & Noble and Waterstones both recognized The Lyrics as their Book of the Year selection. McCartney's Got Back tour, his first in the nation since 2019, took place in the United States from April 28, 2022 until June 16, 2022. 1 week after turning 80, on June 25, 2022, McCartney gave the headline performance at the Glastonbury Festival, capping out the tour. He made history as the festival's oldest solo headliner when he took the Pyramid stage. Bruce Springsteen and Dave Grohl were special guests. He was a producer for the documentary The Beatles Get Back, which won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Documentary or Nonfiction Series at the 74th Primetime Creative Arts Emmy Awards in 2022. The book 1964, Eyes of the Storm, which McCartney released in 2023, is a compilation of freshly uncovered images he took during the height of Beatlemania. 2. Joan Jett. Joan Jett, dubbed the Queen of Rock numerous times, is one of the punk rock pioneers. In 1975, Jett started her musical career with the Runaways, an all-girl ensemble. However, Jett's contribution to Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, her following band, is what made her most famous. Success followed with songs like I Love Rock and Roll and I Hate Myself for Loving You. Jett has always produced her own music. She started Blackheart Records in 1980 and has subsequently supported punk rock artists such as L7 and Bikini Kill. In 2015, Jett served as The Who's opening act while still on tour with the Blackhearts. She performed her iconic song I Hate Myself for Loving You at the 2019 Sunday Night Football opener with Carrie Underwood joining her. 1. Sting. One of the Police's first members was Sting. The British pop group gained popularity with their new wave rock hits such as Every Breath You Take. Following the band's breakup, Sting embarked on an immensely lucrative solo career, making his cinematic debut in 1985 with The Dream of the Blue Turtles. He also acted in a number of other films, including 1984's Dune, 1985's The Bride, and 1985's Plenty. September 1 marked the first of 2 sold-out performances by Sting at the picturesque Filene Center at Wolf Trap to launch the new North American leg of his My Songs tour. Since 2019, the tour has taken Sting throughout the world, accepting a 2020 pandemic sidelining, and detoured as a Las Vegas residency. The 71-year-old maestro of some of the most sophisticated pop rock and contemporary music tore through an opening quintet of hits that veered between classics from his storied solo career, Englishman in New York, If You Love Somebody Set Them Free, and If I Ever Lose My Faith in You, and Police mainstays Message in a Bottle and Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. These aren't just 30-second radio smashes, these are songs with intricate rhythms, difficult lyrics, and Twilight-esque codas, a blend of pop, rock, jazz, and reggae influences. Poetry that reflects longing, quixotic love, and soul-searching. We hope you enjoyed this video about the 80s rock gods and their remarkable stories. Which one of these 80s rock legends is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more awesome videos like this one.